So far, Dossel said, all indications are that Admiral Bertoni is on his way to Sol. The past 7 jumps correspond exactly to the fastest route there. Or to Epsilon Eridani, which is a heavily fortified fleet base, Silly pointed out. I don't see what he could want there, except to refuel his ship. The fleet there should have long since been withdrawn from our Iron Hammer. Unless he wants to get rid of us. Tartarus Station would give him a good opportunity to intercept us, Nicholas said. He wouldn't go that far, Dossel objected. We aren't in Lagunia anymore, which many in the Federation regard as a kind of Wild West. Many eyes will be on him there, which will restrict his actions. There will be a lot of eyes on us there, Silly growled, which will make it harder to get the Admiral back. More like impossible, Nicholas said cautiously. We'll see, she said. She sounded thoughtful, but her face showed the look of a driven woman, and that increasingly worried Nicholas. She meant well in her adoration of his father, but her lack of sleep and the responsibility that weighed on her, which must have felt much worse inside, was visibly affecting her. Young, keep an eye on the jump point behind us. You take over Alcad Station. Alcad, you take a break, she ordered without looking up. Bauer, continue checking weapon systems and directing repair crews. Feugers, help Jung calculate antimatter consumption if we keep flying at full power and how much more we can get out of it. Nicholas, she turned to him. Take a break now. 2 hours until we reach the jump point. After that, Dossel gets a break. That's an order. Nicholas nodded. He wasn't going to protest. Many officers lost themselves in a misconceived ethos that required them to stay awake and on duty as long as they could. That was, however, a human quirk that was as nonsensical as it was dangerous, and helped neither the ship nor the mission. Increasing fatigue inevitably led to errors in judgment, and they were now on a journey that no longer permitted any mistakes. At least, not if they wanted to succeed. And we have to succeed, because it's about my father, he thought. He saluted and turned toward the exit. It took him 14 steps to reach the short tunnel that yawned like a cave in the middle of the bridge tiers. Just before he got there, Lieutenant Alcad appeared beside him. The delicately built navigation officer looked young, though she was in her mid-30s. Her corkscrew curls seemed to burst from beneath her prescriptively tied braid, and her cinnamon-colored skin appeared paler than usual. Will you be able to sleep? She asked, as the heavily armored security bulkhead opened in front of them. When they stepped through and it closed behind them, the next one opened. I don't know if I'll get any. Nicholas wanted to leave it at that, but he knew she expected a longer answer and wanted to chat for whatever reason. So he got a hold of himself and added, Sometimes it's more exhausting to fall asleep only to be awakened by the alarm after just 2 hours. Power naps, she suggested. 3 times for 20 minutes. Works wonders. I'll try that, he said, wanting to quicken his steps through the ring corridor that surrounded the bridge like a wide life preserver. Sir, her voice sounded different than before. He wished he was better at this, like Jason was. He stopped and raised his eyebrows. Yes, Lieutenant? May I speak freely? Nicholas considered saying no. After all, they only had a very short break, but he thrust out his chin and nodded. Do you think the XO will go to war with the Federation? He thought Alcad sounded concerned. Or maybe it was just fatigue. He breathed a sigh of relief. He had already feared she would ask him a personal question, or worse, tell him something personal and ask for his advice. Is that a common fear among bridge officers? Alcad seemed spooked. No, sir, I just wanted to... Nicholas looked at her inquisitively, but she had apparently expected him to interrupt, maybe assure her that her question was not a problem. Why had she asked if she was unsure? I was just wondering about that. During the battle, I was thinking we, or they, had crossed a red line and couldn't go back. Something was making her uncomfortable. I believe Admiral Bertoni has exceeded his authority, and that a trial will go in our favor, once the facts are presented. But are the facts really relevant to fleet politicians? Or are they just something they can twist until it suits their own purposes? The junior officers are worried, he thought. They must be. They don't have much experience with cases like this, yet how could they? That depends entirely on how quickly we get the Oberon back to full combat status, he said evasively. We took a beating.